This piece is a collaborative piece, just kind of adding a couple more details. I'm going to send it to my friend who's going to... Well, first of all, I was super tiny and petite, like 115 pounds, and I decided to join the Marine Corps. And everybody thought I was crazy, but I was like, if I'm going to join, I want to join something that's really challenging. And so I did that. And shortly after, and this was in July of 2001 was when I joined. You know, the drill instructors are always trying to find ways to motivate us. So they came in one day and they showed us the newspaper with the towers being, you know, colliding into the building. And we were like, this is crazy, because we had no idea. We were completely cut off. And so at first we thought they were making it up. And then we, you know, we found out it was true. I had no idea what to expect, and I was like, okay, what's going to happen next? Right in boot camp, we learned that, you know, we were beefing up our, you know, our training, because we knew that possibly we might be deployed later because of this. I was a combat journalist and public affairs, so I did print and broadcast journalism for the Marine Corps. I did 2 classes in MOS school, and then shortly after that I was deployed to Camp Pendleton, or I'm sorry, stationed at Camp Pendleton. And from there, we got word that we were going to be, you know, on the move soon. So I actually got deployed in February of 2004 on my 21st birthday. I left that day. It was so weird. And I had no idea what to expect. When the initial war kicked off, March 19th of 2003, I was in Kuwait City, and I was with the 1st Marine Division. And we were there for about 4 months. So I left there, and then about 7 months later I was deployed again, and this time was to our Ramadi, Iraq with 1st Marine Division as well. And then we traveled all over Iraq filming and basically being an embedded journalist with a lot of these infantry units or other units. We just basically traveled around with these different groups and wrote stories and talked about what was happening over there. So that was there for about 11 months that time. In Iraq, just traveling everywhere. I was mainly doing the video, and my friend Paula, there's 2 females, and we were one of the very few women that were allowed to leave the gates of where we were. And so we were following around all these infantry Marines going on patrols. We went to a combat raid. We went to all these like prisons. I could see all these people that were being held, you know, in captivity. So this is the time when I was around, a lot of the beheadings were happening. And so they were finding all these contractors and or service members and trying to behead them just to, you know, cause a lot of chaos and personal, like, you know, anxiety, you know, just in society in general. Well, one of the targets they wanted was to find a female service member because they thought that would have a bigger impact. So there was one day the 2 of us were following this army unit around and filming them as they were going through somebody's house looking for weapons. And these people hide their weapons in different places of their house. So the army, that group that we were in, just went through and started pulling everything out, trashing the whole place. And obviously the Iraqis were very upset because there was no translator at the time. They didn't let anybody know what was happening. So they just see these service members coming in and being, you know, disrespectful and, you know, pulling everything out. And I remember one of the local women pulled me aside and she basically chewed me out because she's like, why are you guys here? You don't know Arabic. You know, you're destroying our country. And she just like let me have it and let me know what a true like local was actually thinking, because we think we're helping, and you know, and turns out they were not happy with us. So while she was kind of berating me, all the other army people left, and it was just me and my other friend there in the middle of this house, and all these Iraqi men started kind of surrounding us, and we were like, oh man, are they gonna try to capture us? I don't know. So we like ran out of there and we lost the army unit. They just forgot we were with them and just took off down the street, and we were like, where are you guys? And we were with so many other Marine units that would never do that. They always had their eye on us. Right away when I got out of Iraq, I knew that something was different. My friends saw me and they were like, your spirit's gone. You know, I just felt so like wrong. I didn't understand why we were there. I knew I wanted to support my country, but I was just like, what was this for, you know? And so I had a lot of like existential questions going on in my life. And so I was just, when I came back here, and it was a huge culture shock and nobody else had experienced war in this environment, I felt like really isolated. One day my dad was like, hey, you know, why don't you paint something? And he handed me this giant canvas and he goes, here, paint this. And so I spent the whole summer working on this piece, just painting, and I was like, wow, I can like really process kind of what I'm going through and be in this like active meditative state. And a lot of kind of answers and like life epiphanies just started to kind of like unfold. And I had that quiet space in my mind for me to like process a lot of stuff. So I intentionally started painting things that were maybe a little bit difficult or challenging. So I'd have to kind of sit with that, whatever that was. So I started painting things like guns, but like trying to make them meditative in a way too. But yeah, just to try to, I don't know, break through. I didn't know what I needed, you know. And at the time at the VA, they were just like, here's another pill, here's another pill. So I was like on all these sleeping medications and antidepressants, and I was like, this sucks. Like, there's got to be another way. So I started really exploring all kinds of alternative therapies, but also art was just been my main medicine that like helped me a lot through the process. It gave me a way to channel my energy, good or bad, into transmuting it into something that moves me, and hopefully it moves other people. But to be honest, the ones that I'm painting that I'm crying over, happy or sad, those are the pieces that sell right away, because people are like, wow, what is that? I need, what, you know, you can feel the emotion behind it. So I think it has, and I really love showing other people how to paint too. So not only do I enjoy painting, I love showing other people how to paint. And so I think it just kind of ripples out and like, and benefits, you know. And I definitely think it's helped me and saved my life. I think it's helped me process in the earlier days when I didn't have words to what I was feeling. And I think it really helped me in my own like self-soothing therapy sessions, I guess.